Welcome back, everyone, to another Path of Exile video. Today I'm going to be teaching you about some stuff. Everybody seemed to like my last Path of Exile video, so I'm going to talk about target farming, vendor recipes, and how to manipulate your atlas. And I think that'll be it for now. I don't really know a whole lot about atlases as far as the new way it works, but I'll show you how it used to work. And that'll maybe like lead you into how it works now. Because the main problem everybody has with this game, if you're just learning it, everybody that's old school, been playing it since it came out, has all this like gradual release of expansions, so they all kind of know how it works because we learned slowly. But if you just jump into the game, and you're like 8 or 10 expansions behind, it's just going to be too much to overwhelm you. So I'm going to try to ease you into some stuff that happened over there. I should just get a list of like the expansions. Kiwi expansion list by date. Maybe it's okay. Yeah. Anyway. Let's start with cartographer's seals. They look like this. They don't exist anymore, but they used to be a thing that a lot of people didn't even know about in the game. Because you got these things called... let me just bring it back into the game. My bad. Sextants. So a sextant lets you modify your maps on your atlas. And usually what you want to do is get extra mobs, like packs of magical mobs, or like it'd be mobs that do like extra fire, lightning, cold, chaos damage, physical. So you got low tier, medium tier, and high tier. And I'm not sure what the difference in the mods are that you get on them, but now what you do is you open your atlas up and you take a sextant like this and you put it on a map. Oh no, you put it on these things. You put it on your watchstones now. See, I don't even know. It's been so long. I can't even tell you right. I don't have one on anything right now. I'm going to take one of these. I'll put it on. Let's put it on this golden watchstone. Now you can see the golden watchstone has an increased duration of shrine effects on players. So that's not good. Unless it's like a speedy shrine, I guess it would be pretty cool. And it gives you an extra shrine too. And you use that 3 times. So if I ran one of the maps in this area, Valdo's Rest is what its area is called, then I would get this map mod 3 times. And you'll notice some of the maps have this circle around them. Those are ones I've done the Atlas bonus on and the Awakener bonus. This orange circle is the Atlas bonus. It means I've done the map under the requirements that it takes to normally run the map and complete it. And the white circle means that you've done it under an Atlas Awakening level, which is this number in the middle of your screen, which I think makes it harder. I never really noticed it being any harder. Maybe the bosses are harder. It does something to make it a little more difficult. But like these are red tier maps, so you have to run them as rare and corrupted. The white maps, like this one, is a tier 5. You just have to run it magical. So you just have to like alteration it and then run it magic. And then the yellow ones, you have to run them alked. So you put an alchemy orb on it. It'll be a rare map. And you have to kill the boss. Once you kill the boss, if you have it in the right condition, you'll get the bonus. That gives you the orange circle. And every time you get the circle, or you do the bonus on a map, you get this number right here goes up, the bonus objective. And this is a chance for when you drop a map in a map, like when you get map drops, it can be of a higher tier than the one you're already in. Like if you're doing a tier 1, you have a chance to drop a tier 2. If you're doing a tier 5, you have a chance to drop a tier 6. Otherwise, you're just going to drop the same tier if you didn't have any chance for it to drop higher. There is like with items, if you're fighting an item, like you're in level 80 area, and you kill a normal white mob, it's going to drop level 80 item level gear. If you kill a blue mob, it'll drop 1 level higher, and if you kill a rare mob, it'll drop 2 levels higher. No. Maybe it's unique mobs only drop 2 levels higher, and rares drop 1 level higher. It's something like that. So like the highest item level, supposedly people say that the highest item level is 86, because if you're in level 83, which is a tier 16, that's the highest tier map, that's the level of the mobs that are in tier 16. They're level 83, so it's like the highest level mobs you can get. So if you kill the boss or unique monster in level 83, it's going to drop 3 levels higher, so it'll be 86. Yeah, that's what it is. Whites are normal, blues are 1 level higher, rares are 2 levels higher, the boss is 3 levels higher. But there's also another way to get even higher than that. You can put engineer orbs, or on your, you don't have to have engineer orbs. You can run alterations on your strong boxes when you have like, some maps that just have strong boxes in them. Some maps have extra strong boxes, and these are like things that drop, like treasure chests, they drop loot. And you can get +5 to levels on it. So if you're level 83 area, it's going to drop everything is level 88 because it's +5. So that's a good way people was like running strongbox maps and trying to get really high level, item level gear, because you need that to run the best tier 1 TPD top mobs or mods on an item, so you can like mirror it and get it perfect and all this stuff. Or just like regular item bases are really expensive if you get really high item levels on, because like hubris circlets and stuff like that people want, convoking wands, certain things like that. But what was I talking about? Sextants. Yeah, so sextants are good if you want to just juice your maps up and make them drop more loot. Because you get more mobs, you get more XP, run more XP per map, getting more drops per map. It's like you're making better use of your maps if you sextant all your watchstones first. Now let's go over here and I'll show you what it used to look like. Sextants used to look like these. See these red circles? That's when you put a sextant, and it only affects the maps around it. So if you wanted to get a map with like 3 sextants on it, you have to get the circles to overlap, which is really cool. I wish they would bring this back. And what was the other thing? Yeah, like you could have one circle that's got 3 uses on it, and one has 1 use on it. So it kind of rotates around while you're alternating it. So this was like a strategy people would do to like really, they would target farm a specific map that drops a specific divination card that drops, or that gives you the item that they really want, like the headhunter belt, for example. People would farm burial chambers because that's, or I think spider force that can also drop in, but burial chambers is usually what everybody runs to get the headhunter divination card, which you need like 12 or 8 of them. You need 8 of them, and you get a headhunter belt. There's also another one called the Wretched, I think, that drops a corrupted headhunter, which I used those to get my first headhunter, and I got like a rarity on the implicit, so that's pretty good. But you see this stuff here, this cloud, this is Elder influence, and this starry stuff is the Shaper influence. And the Elder and the Shaper are like the 2 bosses that would kind of like chase each other around the map. They were at war with each other. That's what it was called, War for the Atlas is what the expansion was called. So whenever you would do a map, like if you did one on the edge of the Elder influence, it would shrink it. And if you had the starry stuff next to it, the Shaper next to it, it would take over that area you just did, and the Shaper would grow and the Elder would shrink. If neither one, like when I say next to each other, I'm talking about, let me go back over here. On your atlas, the lines that connect the maps. Like if you had, like this map is next to this map and this map and this map and this map. It's not next to this map because there's no line connecting it. And so I'm talking about being adjacent to a map. So now it's all changed. Now you got these areas and these zones. But this is an influence now that's called the Redeemer influence. I should have had like a picture of all the different influences. Maybe I do have that on the other thing. What are they called? Pee-wee map influences. Warlords. I don't think they're called warlords. What the hell are they called? Yeah, this is when it was just colors. It's red, blue, and green. I'm trying to find out like an animated one because it looks pretty cool. Yeah, I think this is kind of new, the snowy effect. Anyway, you got the red, the green one, and the blue one, and the yellow one. Drox. Shit, I'm really bad at this. I don't want to edit the video, so I'm just going to keep going. You got these warlords, guardians, if you will. See, that's confusing because there used to be the Shaper guardians, and now it's like these map guardians. Watchtower bosses. What the fuck are they called? I don't know. This is going downhill fast. Let's go back over here. So what they would do is they would get the Elder influence in the corner of the map. That way, they could get it to grow to just the right size where they could they would do this map over and over again. So when they did this map, the Shaper would take over, and then they'd do it again, and the Elder would take over, and it would go back and forth, and it would ping pong, and they would just constantly get Shaper and Elder influenced maps. Because they're trying to get like a Shaper influenced chess piece or something that they wanted, like a unique. Well, can you even get Shaper influenced uniques? See, that's tricky. You can, sort of. That's complicated. I shouldn't even talk about that. That's going to blow your mind. But, okay, there was this build I did. Winter's Roar build. It uses the armor. What's it called? Body armors. Man, I'm really confusing you guys. This is not at all how I planned. What the fuck is it even called? It's on my other character. Fuck, I can't think of anything when I'm making the video. I'm gonna have to edit this now. List of unique body armors. I'm clicking it. I'm clicking it. Are we there? Okay. Jesus. What the fuck is this one? I haven't even seen that one before. Banner one. Snowblind Grace, pretty cool. Perfect Form's pretty good. Yeah, let's just go over like body armors and what's good. And this one right here, Dial's Malefaction. This one's good this league because of the new quality gems. You can get like insane % quality, and one of the gems does like cast speed and cast and attack speed are the same or something. So you can get like 350% cast speed or some shit with it. There's some other stuff you can do. That's pretty neat. These are all like real tippy toppy ones. Pharaoh's Fur. This is like the best armor in the game right now. What is this? Rotting Legion. Damage per zombie. This one here used to be garbage. Joffrey Sanctuary. Everybody would just throw it in the trash. But now it's like one of the most sought after armors. And it never drops now. It used to drop all the time. Now you never see it. Because summoners would use it because of the 2 to maximum energy shield per 5 strength. So they'd like max out their strength like crazy. 300 something strength or more. And you get crazy energy shield from it. Plus it gives you Zealot's Oath, which regenerates your energy shield instead of your life. Lore Weave. This is a one that you sell 60 unique rings and you get this one, which gives you, it used to give you above maximum resistances, plus a other bunch of good, all kind of stats. Well, I said like most items have 6 mods, like uniques doesn't really apply to them. They can go kind of crazy like this one. Spore Guard is really good. This came out in the Blight League. Ivory Tower just recently came out. People started using it. Carcass Check's good if you want AoE. This one's no, that's not very good. This one's good if you're an Arabot, like a support character. Admiral. It looks like garbage. Eternity Shroud. That's the one. Okay, so Eternity Shroud. What does it do? Gives you extra chaos damage. Physical damage as extra chaos damage per Elder item equipped. Okay, the original one was Shaper items. This is like a replica, which is a new thing where they give you alternate versions of items like skill gems and uniques. But there's the original one that I have. It also does this glimpse of eternity when you're hit, which is pretty cool. So, the more Shaper items you have equipped, the more damage you're going to do. So how do you get a unique Shaper item? Well, you got to get a Shaper, like a ring. The ring that you have is a Cold to Fire Pyre ring. And to get it shapered, you have to have a Sapphire Shaper influenced ring that's white. And then you have to Chance Orbit, which is like a 1 in 1,000 chance or 1 in, I don't know, something crazy. So I've got one on Standard League I've been trying to chance forever and I've never been able to do it, but people have them. I actually got a Dream Fragments, I think, accidentally, because that's another one of the possible uniques you can get from Sapphire rings that was shaped. And Pulses is really good. It does explodey effect when you kill things. Everybody uses it to blow things up. This one's really good if you're a Trapper. Shroud of the Light, that's pretty good if you stack Abyssal Jewels. Restless Roar is pretty just straight up good if you're like a Trickster. Shadow Stitch is you have to sacrifice something in the temple and get it. At Ziri Splendor I've never had. It's for killing Uber at Ziri. She can drop it. Anyway, that's like your basic armors. Well, I wasn't even going to talk about armors, but I want to talk about like the Shaper influence and like how you can get it on a unique item. So, Shaper Influence, Elder Influence, those are gone now. The only way you could run those kind of maps now is through buying them off Xana, or doing Xana missions, or just... Can you just drop regular Shaper maps? I guess you can. I guess you can get them out of chests and stuff. Anyway, if you want to do Shaper or Elder now, you still have to do their bosses, I think. Like right here, this is what it looked like. You would get the 4 Guardians of Shaper. You kill 4 of those, you get the Shaper Fragments, which I could show you in my stash box. That's another thing I want to show you guys is the different stash tabs. Fragments. So here's one, Fragment of the Chimera. If you get all 4 of these and you put them in your map device, then you can run Shaper. If you get all 4 of these ones, Purification, Constriction. Oh, fuck, I'm not even showing you guys. God damn it. Here we go. Where are they at? Fragment of the Chimera. These are for Shaper. These ones over here are for the Elder. And then this one here is for the Pale Council, which gives you one of your really good crafting recipes. You get these from running your prophecies. This was during the Prophecy League. These are like the 4 bosses of that. This one runs at Ziri, and this was the rare one. I got 12 of the rare ones, so it means I can run the whole thing 12 times because I got more than 12 on the other ones. And when you kill at Ziri, she has a chance to drop these ones, which is for the Uber at Ziri. So this is the rare one, which I don't have any of. So I've got like 2 of all the other ones. These things here, Timeless Karui Emblems, or Splinters. These are from Legion. When you get 100 of these, you get one of these. Now you can run this one by itself, but that's garbage. The more you run, the longer time you get. And you basically go into this big room. There's 4 bosses. You kill the bosses, you go to the middle and it resets them, and you just keep killing them over and over again. You stack up as much loot as you can, and you get like 4.5, 5 minutes or something to kill as many as you can. You usually want to run it as a party. And you can get these things called Timeless Jewels, which lets you change your skill tree. I have one on my other character. I don't have one on this character. Let me just log into my other character. T2 the Occultist. So let's see, Timeless Jewels. Nope, this isn't the right character. Man, this is great. Love it. My characters have really nice names. Unfuckable was the character that was supposed to never die, because he has a shield that heals him when he blocks, and it blocks a lot. That's really the way you want to go if you want to be unfuckable. Okay, this is a Timeless Jewel. Look at the glowiness. It's like animated and shit. It's pretty dope. So this is under Rakiata. If you want to change these, you have to use Divine Orbs, and you'll get different numbers of warriors that they were commanded leadership under or sacrificed under or whatever. Depends on what kind of jewel you get. And there's Karui ones, there's like Malakesh ones, whatever. And what they do is they change everything around it. So normally, take this out. Stamina gives me +1 max endurance charges. This gives me these things. Escalation gives me these things. Juggernaut gives me these things. I put this in there. Now I get +5% chance to deal double damage. Well, that seems pretty good. +5% chance to do double damage. So I got 10% chance to do double damage. This one gives me a 20% increased melee damage. This one gives me 5% increased strength. These are all pretty good stats. Look at these little stats. The +10 strength now gives me 12 strength. There's a +2 at the bottom of every one of them. This one gives me +4 extra strength. So if you take it out of there, let's say I were to stick it over somewhere where there's a big node like this one. Put it right there. This becomes Tempered by War. It's not even the same skill anymore. What used to be Iron Grip, strength damage applies to projectile attack damage as well as melee damage, now becomes a totally different skill. 50% cold lightning taken as fire damage. 50% less cold resist, 50% less lightning resist. So what does that do? While we're on the subject of resists, look at your resists. These are horrible resists. 37, 12, 75. So the normal max is 75. That means if I get hit by lightning damage right now, I will only take 75% of it. If I get hit for 1,000 damage, I'll take 750 damage. That's not counting all the other like mitigations like armor and stuff like that. I don't know if armor mitigates or elemental damage, but if it was a physical attack, let's tell you if it was a physical attack. I don't have a chieftain up, but a chieftain I think has physical damage taken as fire damage, which is really good because fire resist can go up to 75 or even higher. You can get up to like 81, 88 maybe. You can get like crazy fire resist. So if you get for 1,000 damage hit, 500 of that is going to be taken with 88% off, which is almost nothing. It's like less than 100 damage. So you're taking like 500, 600 damage every time you get hit for 1,000. You're taking like half. It's like 50% phys resist pretty much, because you're resisting almost all of half of it. And the armor makes you resist most of the other half because it's mitigating your physical. Armor is kind of weird. Like, it'll show you resisting your estimated physical damage reduction number up here is 40%. It's not really that because it's not really calculated correctly. But like I'm saying, like Vigor plus 1 max endurance gives you plus 20% totem damage on this one. This one gives you 20% melee. This one gives you ignites, inflict, deal 10% faster damage. So depending on where you put it, there's 30 melee crit. Like if I had different numbers of warriors conquered or whatever, it would change the outcome of all these things. So I don't know if this is even a good one or a bad one, but I know I like double damage and I like melee damage and I like extra strength because this is a strength based character, so I'll put it right there. What did we get onto? I was talking about the fragments. So that's how timeless jewels work. That's what the whole Legion expansion was about. These are breach splinters. You get these to run these breach lords, and they drop specifically unique gear that you can only get from them. You can also get enhanced ones. I think I have one right here. This is a Toll's charged breach stone. So this one is higher drop rate or something. This here is a dedication to the goddess. I don't know what the fuck it even is. Normally, you get these ones just offering to the goddess. Unless you run lab. So I guess when you run lab with this, better stuff, or maybe extra enchants when you do the enchant. These are blighted maps, which let you run blights. It's not even a map like with normal mobs where you go in and you kill them. These are like you have to summon them. Like it's like a tower defense game. That's what the whole Blight League was about. It was like a big tower defense game. And they drop these things called oils, which you can use to anoint your amulets and your rings, or just your amulets. No, you can do your rings. You can do some like weird shit with your rings, like tower defense related. But like this one, allocates arcane swiftness. Why is that good? Because my skill tree is nowhere near arcane swiftness, which is way over here. My skill tree is based on strength way over here, but it converts physical to spell damage. It's a really weird weird build that I was copying off of a guy that does memes. But over here, you get spell damage per chance to block attack damage. So that's really good for that character. Only I have to spend like how many points to go all the way around here and get up there to that one node. So instead of doing that, you can just allocate it straight onto your amulet and you just have it. And this amulet gives you percent attributes, so you get like crazy strength from that. This one gives you like double damage to chilled enemies, and your chaos damage can chill. It turns all my spell damage into chaos damage also, which can chill and make it do double damage. So it's kind of a weird niche build that Eric Aiken made. He's the one that did all the Worm Blaster builds. Anyway, fragments. I was talking about those. Are we done with the fragments? Shaper scarabs. You got Elder scarabs. You can make a map Elder or Shaper by adding these to it. You can give them Parandus chests. These are like things from other leagues. You can just have it drop more maps, more divination cards. You can have it have a breach in it. Have it have legions. Have it have metamorphs. So everybody likes these scarabs. But I only really use the Nico ones because you get Nico, which gives you sulfite, which you run Delve. And this is the map tab. I don't know if you guys have invested in a map tab, but I highly recommend a map tab and a divination card tab and a unique tab. The unique tab, think about this. This holds one of every kind of unique in the game. You know how many stash tabs that would take as far as like buying a quad stash tab? Like, where's my quad tab? This one. See, this is like 4 stash tabs in one because it's zoomed out. You get 4 of these normal sized ones. This is a normal sized one. This has 4 times as many slots. So you'd need like several of these quads to equal 1 legendary stash tab if you're like collecting legendaries for some reason. So you got like your flasks here, your amulets, your rings, your claws, daggers, swans, swords, axes, maces, bows, staffs, quivers, belts, gloves, boots, body armor, helmet, shield, maps, jewels, watchstones, contracts. I actually don't have any maps in here because I have a map tab, and this is a slot over here for your unique maps. So I don't really need to put them in that. So these are different tiers. You get tier 1, 2, 3. First 5 are white. Next 5 are yellow. Next 6 are red. So yeah, the red tier maps, you have to run them rare and corrupted. What time are we at? We're at 26 minutes. I need to wrap this up. Okay, let's say I wanted to complete an Atlas or an Academy map. Here's what you do. You go over here. Since it's red, you want to get the max value out of it. You want to splinter it up with these cartographer's chisels. Those are real cheap now because they drop so crazy. Now it's 20% quality. If I put an alk on it first and then I try to chisel it, it would take 20 of these fuckers. So you only use these while something's white. If you want to chisel up or glass blower, it does the same thing for flasks. Don't want to put it on one of these because these are blue. It'll take like, it does 2 at a time, so it'll take like 10. Put these on white ones and then re-roll it to whatever you want it to be. But you chisel up your map 4 times, you get a 20% quality, and you alk it. Now it's rare. We got 4 mods, which is pretty easy. We just got Enfeeble and a couple extra physical damages fire, extra physical damages lightning. And if we want to get the bonus, we got to alk it, or we got to veil it. So when you veil it, it corrupts it, and it's going to be unchangeable after that. So if we get like reflects elemental, and I'm an elemental character, and I can't run it, kind of just fucked. I'm going to have to trade it off and get a different map. But it could also corrupt it into a different map of a higher tier, which means if this is my only Academy map, and I want to run Academy, I'm taking a chance on it not being Academy anymore, because when I'm going to veil it, okay, it stayed Academy. It just corrupted it, didn't change anything. That's good. That's what you want to get. It could also corrupt it where it makes it unidentified, but the mods will be the same mods as it was before. So you don't have to worry about it possibly being a reflect map or something you can't run, like can't regenerate mana or health or anything. So now that this is corrupted and rare, you can run it and it'll complete it on your Atlas. Regular maps, the yellow ones, you just gotta alk them. You don't have to put the veil on it. These ones here, you just put the transmute them with this. Usually you want to transmute it and then augment it so you get an extra mod on it, but if you want to save your augments, you can. These things here, ancient orbs, did I talk about those? Like I talked about how like every expansion brings different things to the league and it incorporates it into the old game. Like when we had Synthesis, there was this really cool thing. It's like playing Carcassonne or one of those like board games where you have these memories and they're like puzzle pieces. Let me see if I can find a picture of it. PoE, Synthesis, memory, fragments. Yeah, this thing. This was real cool. I hope they bring this back, but I don't know if they're going to or not because everybody was kind of annoyed by it. So you connect these lines and it makes like a pathway. Each one of these is like running a map. And then at the end of it, there's like a treasure island or whatever. And you can lose your pathway back. So you got to just like teleport back to the start. Because they only can be run 3 times. And you can like juice them up with a crazy amount of mods. And then run them all. So I hope they bring it back to where the pathways are stable. Like you get it how you want it and you can leave it that way. Instead of having to just run it 3 times, it disappears. Like, have it be the player's option to remove it. Like when you could, those cartographer seals I was telling you about. I didn't even tell you what those did. You used to be able to like trade those in. I didn't even tell you that. I didn't tell you that. Okay, so what you would do is you take 3 of these, right? 3 of these sextants and 1 of these scourings, and you would trade those in a vendor recipe and give you cartographer seals, which don't exist anymore. What you could do with that is if you've already run maps, and let's say, okay, this was how you used to be able to target farm. I still got a lot to talk about. Like if you want to run barrel chambers, and let's say barrel chambers is a tier 9. I think it used to be at one point. It used to be like over in here. And whenever you run a tier 8 map, it can give you any tier 9 map if you get 1 level higher. So what you would do is you would remove all the other tier 9s that's not barrel chamber. So if barrel chamber is the only tier 9 that you know about, quote unquote, because it's the only one that's unveiled on your atlas, it's the one you can see, then you can't drop those other ones anymore. The only way you could get them is to like sell 3 tier 8s and get a tier 9 back that turns into one of those other maps. So if you want to like avoid getting maps you don't want, you could target farm them that way. I think maybe there's a slight chance to get them anyway, because like you always get the tier 1s because they can just drop anywhere. But yeah, you could like, now what you do is, I didn't even know this till the other day, these little things over here are your favorite maps. You can set 3 favorite maps in each area that you want to drop more often, and they'll drop more often. I don't know, since this one's yellow, and like, see, this one is in the Glen's Carns. So if I take this out and I put this in here, so now this map here, yeah, it turned it red. See, now it's a red map. So it'll drop it no matter how many watchstones you have in it. Because these changes the tiers of the maps. If you don't have any of those watchstones in, or if you just have 1, let's see if I take this all the way out. See, all these maps are white now. These are like low tier, tier 1 to 3. You put this in, now you get to see some maps that weren't there before, because it's showing you like more of the atlas. And now we start out with like tier 5s, and it goes up to like tier 7, tier 6, tier 6. If I put another watchstone in, they go up to a higher rank, higher awakening level. Now you got to start out like tier 9 and tier 8s down here, and it goes up to like tier 10s. Tier 10s. If we put 3 in, got tier 10 to tier 12, tier 12, and I need a blue one. Let's put a blue one in there. Now Tyrion's End is like maxed out, and we've got tier 14, tier 14. See, this is still the center of the map, so there's only like 1 tier 16 on that grotto. But since this is on the edge of the map, see how the map, you start out in the center and you follow the path to the outside of the map. Once you get to this level up here, like you got way more tier 16s, tier 15, 15, 15, 16, 16, 16. And so if you want to progress your atlas, it's kind of confusing because you have to like get these bosses to appear in different areas. So you kind of want to start out in the middle, get a boss to appear, and then do the 4 corners and get a boss to appear. And this one, is this a corner? See, this one's kind of weird. It's by itself. And then once you have 1 in every area, then you want to start back in the middle again, I think. And you put 1 watchstone in each one of these 4 or 5 areas till you get a boss in each one of these, and you move back out. Some people say you want to like just do the corners until you get all of those maps completed, and then go back to the center. It's pretty complicated. There's also a thing where you have this pantheon, right? This is your like bonus stats, like different gods you can choose. I always run this avoid bleeding one because when you run lab, it helps you avoid trap damage from the spikes and the saws. And this one gives you damage reduction when there's only 1 enemy nearby, because I usually just die to bosses. So I want to like be more tanky when I'm around a boss. So I run these 2. Here's 3 that I don't even have. But for each different character you make, they have to unlock these separately. But you see the little maps that have the little god icon that like Sin has above his head? That means if you run this map and you kill the boss and you put one of these things in it, these divine vessels, it lets you capture the soul of the boss there, which will unlock one of these pantheon gods. You put that in the map, you run the map, you kill the boss. At the end of the map, you'll take this out of your map device and you'll run it over here to Sin. That's this guy right here, and he'll unlock it for you, and then you'll have it unlocked in your pantheon. See, this one's got 3 bonus ones under it: the Vision of Justice, the Eater of Souls, and Kitava the Destroyer. I haven't done any of those yet, so if I do those, I give him the souls, and he will give me bonus. I'll have like avoid elements from crits, reduce elemental damage taken if you haven't been hit recently. Which one's a really good one? This one's good because you get to avoid projectiles, and the projectiles that have chained, because projectiles are pretty damaging. Go to my hideout real quick. You can see my map device has 5 slots in it. Yours probably just has 4. This is because me and my friends ran a tier 5 Legion encounter. And if you do that, if you kill like all 4 bosses, I think you gotta do. But you gotta run like 5 of these things. We had to like all pool our resources. And then you get an extra map slot. Which is good because, like I was talking about juicing your maps, I qualityed it to 20. I corrupted it. So you put that in there. You also go over here. You got some, let's see. You can add like Elder Influence. You take one of these things that you got extras of, like the Sacrifice at Dusk, and this one. You can throw those in there. I don't know if you could use these. It probably wouldn't be worth it. So you also want to put your Divine Vessel in. You want to capture your God. So you go to your map device. Throw that in there. Throw that in there. Throw that in there. Throw that in there. So now when you start your map, you're going to have like twice as many. These are going to buff your amount of mobs, the fragments. This lets you capture the God at the end. And this gives you Elder Influence. But look at this. There's also the Xana mods. So you can go down here, spend some money. Is one of them Elder? Might be later on. Delirium, everybody wants to run that. Blight. Oh shit, I can run a Blight map for free. Beyond Nemesis. Okay, so Nemesis, if I spent 4 chaos, I could run Nemesis mode, which is even more mobs, because it's 5 additional packs with a rare monster that have Nemesis mods. That's even more stuff. Or I could spend 3 chaos, Fortune Favors the Brave, and it will give me a random mod that I don't know what it is. But I think because it's random, I get even more mobs and loot. Here's another thing. If this was unidentified, the map is unidentified, you get more mobs and more loot. And it's crazy harder, too. Like, every time you add more of this shit to, like, juice a map, it gets crazy harder, but the rewards are way bigger. So that's what you want to do. You got to figure out the right balance of what you're able to do and what the risk versus reward of it is. That's how complicated this game is. If you just want to run straight maps, you can do that. But if you want to like really think about it and juice it up, you can do that. But also Nemesis. See, this is an old league where the Headhunter dropped. It doesn't exist anymore. So the only way to get a Headhunter, like to get it to drop, I think, is to run Nemesis. There's a thing where there's a... Oh, I didn't even talk about the what do you call them? These things. Sextants. Sextants also, you have 4 sextants and all the crap I just mentioned. That makes it even juicier. But the Ancient Orbs. This lets you re-roll a unique. So if you have a unique leather belt, let's say this one, that's a heavy belt. Worm's Moat leather belt. You take this, you take this. If I run a Nemesis map, and I go in there and I use this Ancient Orb on this, it could turn it into a Headhunter. Or you could take a bunch of white leather belts and use Chance Orbs on them, and you could chance a Headhunter. If you're in a Nemesis map. I can't do it here in my hideout because I'm not in Nemesis right now. But if I went into a Nemesis map, there would be a chance that I'd get a Headhunter out of rerolling Ancient Orbs or chancing it. But you probably want to wait until you have a shitload of these, because using your Nemesis mod just to run it one time would probably not be worth it. But that's how you can get hunters that way. So yeah, there's a lot of crap to this game that you got to think about. Mainly what you want to do is like keep juicing up your Atlas, keep running your bonuses to get this number as high as you can. The Awakening bonus gives you a chance for, what does this do? Increases the effective modifiers on non-unique maps. Each Awakening bonus goes up by 1%. So I'm at 5, so I have like 5%, I think. Receive an additional Atlas mission. Okay, the Atlas missions are over here. These are your different, your Beastmaster guy, your Temple chick, your Nico Delve guy, Jun the Veiled Syndicate girl, and your Xana, Master Cartographer. She's got white bonuses, yellow bonuses, and red bonuses. Each one of them has like a certain number of them. Each time you do like 5 maps, like 5 white maps, you get another white one. 5 blue maps, you get another blue one. So you want to always run your maps with one of these on it. I've really never had where I couldn't do one of these on a map. But this gives you a chance to have an extra mission when you complete a map. The more Awakening level you got. And then once you spawn all of these Conquerors, that's what they're called, Conquerors. Conquerors of the Atlas. I just remembered it. That's what they were called. You get your 4 Conquerors spawn. They'll put this. These will be highlighted, defeated in the middle, and then you can go fight Sirius at the. He's gonna wreck your fucking face. Don't even try it. I mean, it's complicated. You have to be like real patient to do it, and I'm not. And you also have to have a lot of chaos resistance, I think. But man, I pretty much covered it all. No, I didn't. I didn't get close. I really want to show you guys the divination tab. Let me show you the divination tab. Look at this beautiful card collection. It's like having a baseball card album. If I look at all and not just full stacks, it shows the ones that I don't have, or just the ones that I own. Look at all these things. So these are like how you target farm. If I wanted to get like a Carcass Jack, I figure out what map it drops in, and I run that map over and over again, just looking for this. Like this is how people get their tabula rasa. Do I have a tabula rasa? Yeah, tabula rasa t-shirt. It's a white armor, 6 link. You can use it at level 1. It's good for starting out a new character. You start out like 20 chaos in the beginning of the league, and then they go down to like 6 or 7 chaos. That's what I think they're at right now. Maybe 3. So if you want to farm those, you go to, I see Craft just doing this all the time. He goes to like Act 8 or 9, Blood Aqueducts. He goes here, and it's called a Humility card. Just runs through here. This is like Craft Chest 101 right here. Just go to Blood Aqueducts, start spinning. This will be a test to see if Craft Chest watches my videos 40 minutes in. Nobody tell him that I talked about him. We'll see if we get a Humility card. There we go, boys! On stream! Streamer RNG. There's a Humility card. It's 1 out of 9. You get 9 of those, you get a tabula rasa. It's that easy. So yeah, that's how you target farm. Only you want to do that with maps that drop something good, not just a tabula rasa card. You want to get a headhunter or something. Boom! Look at this guy. It's fucking Chad. Just one-shots everything in the world. Boom. Boom. Really should have showed off my ED Contagia guy. So this stupid thing. Maybe one day I'll teach you how convoluted this fucking build is. So he has strength, and he has this helmet, which increases in reductions to spell damage applied to attacks, which doesn't do anything.
Oh, dude.
Normally. And you have this armor, which gives you strength's damage bonus. Instead, grants 3% melee damage per 10 strength. And then you have Alberon's Warpath Boots, which gives you 1 to 80 chaos damage per 50 strength. So every time you get 50 strength, you get 80 more damage. And think about like a high level weapon. This is maybe like 300, 400 damage. You only have to have like 200 strength, and you're like at a high level weapon damage just from the boots. Because it's possibly 80 times 4, that's like 320, right? But it's also like lightning damage. It could be just 4 damage. It's either 4 or 320 damage. It's pretty random. But if you have 200 strength. But what you gotta do is you get percent strength. Increase strength and percent strength. And you hit like, I'm at 1357 strength. The guy that made the build, he had like 2700 strength. So all of that strength damage is being converted into attack damage. Or a chaos damage. But normally chaos damage doesn't do shit because we're not casting spells. That's where this comes in. This turns your increases to spell damage also applies to attacks at 150% value. So instead of this being a 3% increased melee damage, it becomes a 4.5% per 10 strength. And then the chaos damage gets increased by the spell damage or something. You get spell damage on your shield, and then this just fucking doubles it because it chills things, and then it doubles things that it chills. Even though this only does like 67 damage. The crazy strength to chaos to spell damage conversion and all this does, and then it doubles it on top of this 4.5% per strength, makes it do crazy damage. It's hard for me to even explain because I don't fully understand it myself. But it's pretty powerful if you can get enough strength. But if you want to use like all the jewels that it takes to get 2700, where it gets exponentially more powerful, it takes like 40 exalts per jewel or something stupid. Which I'm poor. I have 0 exalts. I have like 10 or 11 pieces of 1 exalt. I have 17 pieces. It takes 20 to make an exalt. But look at this fucking divination card tab though. I highly recommend this. This is fun as fuck just looking at it. Look at all the artwork they put into this. Inspired learning. Man, I could maybe use that. But these are like the ones I don't have full sets of. If you get a full stack, I only have that many. It's just shit that I haven't bothered turning in yet. So like if I wanted to get a... What's something I don't have? Whispering Ice Staff. I got like 4 of these.
There'll be time for that soon.
Can I just turn in right here? I gotta hide out.
Let me tell your future.
Yeah, you gotta do your hideout. Yeah. You talk to her, trade divination cards, you put this in here. Be sure you don't sell your divination cards, because I've done that before. Instead of just I'll be in a hurry and I'll just sell them for nothing instead of trade them in. Bam, I just turned 4 cards into a Whispering Ice Vial Staff. So if this was good, which it is totally not, that's how you would get it from divination card target farming.
I will see you again.
I actually got enough for another tabula rasa. So yeah. Another thing, let me show you this while let's just make this a fucking hour-long video, because fuck it. I'm gonna show you how to get money. I only have 24 chaos right now. I'm broke as hell. I need lots of money. So what do I need to do? I make a quad tab. You want to buy you one of these big fat ass quad tabs like this, right? I wish I had an item. Don't have any weapons. I could show you live, but what you want to do is you put all your jewelry on the left. You just shift click it into your inventory. Get your armors and put them around here about like this. Get all your helmets and put them around here about like this. So you got a stack of armor, stack of helmets. You get your gloves, you stick them out like that. That way you got a nice clean row of armors and helmets. What I do is I put see the quality up here? These have extra quality on them. You put those on the left side. You put the plain ones over here on the right side. So you want to get full sets of gear. You want to get a helmet, body armor, a glove, and a boot, and a weapon. Let's pretend this is a rare weapon because I don't have one right now. Then you get an amulet, a belt, 2 rings. And you go over here and you sell it. Da 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 da. And that would turn into 2 chaos orbs. Right now it's just a bunch of gumball shit. But if this has been a rare weapon unidentified, I'd get 2 chaos for that. And if you were to take some
See you
of these things, armor scraps, and I go over here like this. See, this is 14%. Juice it to 20%. This is 14%. Juice it to 20%. This is at 12%. Juice it up to 20%. And then you get your weapon. You take one of these sharpening stones and you sharpen him up to 20%. And you get an extra chaos. If you get a full set of 20% quality, and that's 3. And if you get the prophecy,
tell your future.
well, let me see prophecy. If she gives you the one that's like, next time you sell an item, you'll get an extra chaos orb from it, and you'll get 4. This one right here actually is pretty useful. You'll greatly enhance the quality of armor with a single armor scrap. Alright, so I'm missing boots out of this set, right? So I'll take one of these plain boots. I'll stick it over here. Take me one of these armor scraps. Boom! Instantly 20%. So now I've got 20, 20, 20, 20. I just need a 20% weapon, and I get 3 chaos orbs for a full set. And now, once you get into like high yellow or red tier maps, what you want, these are all have to be like between level 60 and level 74. If you hit level 75 mobs, which is real early on, like tier 6 or something, 5 or 6 maps, you're going to be getting stuff that's too high level. Because you'll get regals instead of chaos. You sell 3 and you'll get 2 of these. That's chump change. You want these. So what you do is make another tab over here. This is all stuff that's between, I know it's between like level 60 and 74 because it was like low tier map, so I was doing it on. So whenever I want to fuck it up, if you fuck up the recipe, if I have like everything is level 77 or 80 or something that's too high, I'll take one of the rings out. I'll go over here. I'll grab one of these rings, and now it's going to fuck it up, and it's going to give me chaos instead of regals. That's how you force it to give you the wrong shit that you want. You want the wrong shit. So that's my little my system for chaos recipe. There's also like add-ons, I think, that'll just like, you can just throw everything into a dump tab like this. This is a dump tab. It's just got a bunch of random shit from me doing heists. I just threw it all in this tab. And it'll highlight, if you have a full set to make chaos orb, it'll like highlight each one of them. You just click them, put it in your inventory, and sell it. I like my little system better though, even though I have to like drag stuff around manually. Keeps it all organized. I don't know, one of these was one of those 72. I'll put him back in here like this. Sometimes you'll fuck up and you'll have something that's below level 16. It'll give you chance orbs instead. You have to just throw that in the damn trash. You have to also sell uniques because you get alchemies back.
See you.
Or alchemy shards anyway, if it's a shitty unique. So yeah, there's vendor recipes for all kinds of stuff. If you sell 5 rings, like 5, what is it, 5 or 3? Sell 3 two-tone rings, like these, 2 stone rings. This one's a fire and lightning. If you sell a fire and lightning, a lightning and cold, and a cold and a fire, you would get a prismatic ring back. See, this is a fire and cold. Where's the one with the blue on the top? It has one of those. I don't see any. I'm almost out of rings, actually. You can also search for stuff down here. Yeah, there's no 2 stone rings in there. Yeah, you sell 3 of these, you'll get a prismatic ring back, which gives you a all resist implicit instead of a 16 to 2 resist implicit. But it's only like 9, so it's kind of not really that good. There's a lot of different weird recipes like that. Maybe I'll make another video when I have more time about recipes. What else have I got? Here's my fossil tab. I keep my metamorph stuff in here. My fossils, my oils. Weird shit like that. Maps, uniques, essences. This is the essence tab, which I recommend you not even keep essences. This is kind of a waste of time, but like, nobody wants these anymore. Probably not worth getting. But you can upgrade them. Instead of like selling 3 of these to a vendor, you can just right click them now. This is a vendor recipe. Once you get to like this level, they sell for pretty good, but like all these other low level ones, it's probably not worth your fucking time. These ones over here are like really rare. But look, they're not worth anything anymore. I have a script that checks the prices of stuff. You also want to get that. And I'm not running it. Let me just run that real quick. It's called Run Trade Macro. Or PoE Trade Macro. It uses some other program to run that. It's really complicated. If you want to play PoE, you gotta have a lot of side programs. You gotta have your PoE Ninja. You gotta have your PoE DB, your PoE Trade, or your PathofExile.com trade. You gotta have your betrayal reference sheet so you can see like which betrayal syndicate guys you want in which like rooms and stuff. Just a regular old Path of Exile Gamepedia to look up stuff. I think that's all the other crap. Is it running now? So now I can hit Control D on it. It'll show me the price of it. It's looking. You want to not move your mouse. That's worth 1 chaos now. It used to be worth like 9 or something crazy. Hysteria. Requesting search results. Can you see that? See, that's a different program, so it's not even showing it in my recorder. But it shows me like who's selling it, how much you're selling it for. That's worth like a chaos. Definitely want to get your program like that. And you also want to get these tabs like this. Not the standard tabs, but the better tabs that you can set prices on things. See, these are all like for sale. 8 chaos, 5 chaos, 20 chaos, 2 chaos, 4 chaos, 6 chaos. So people that are looking on the websites, they can message me and say, hey, I want to buy this Victory Roar Veil Axe. And I'll like go in here and sell it to them. Which I think they need to add like a bot that just sits in town and just sell stuff that you have for sale. But then if the price of something drops real quick, like Exalts went down to like 20 chaos the other day, you could really get in trouble if you're not keeping it up to date. Plus people think you have to like not automate too much stuff or it ruins the game, but I don't know. I like selling these like unidentified weapons because people look for certain like trigger socketed skills on them. So if you unveil this, it'll give you like a thing that you get to pick from. I didn't show you that the other day. So this is one I haven't gotten yet, so I'd want to choose that one. Unless this was like something that does crazy damage and I'd want to have extra physical and impale damage on it, I'd choose this. This has elemental. It's got cold and lightning on it, so I'm just going to pick this just to like level up my thing. But people usually pay like 3 chaos for an unidentified one, so it's a good way to make money too. If you run her Atlas mission, it'll run the Syndicate, which is all these guys. And this guy Hillock right here, if you get him in fortification or maybe transportation, if you get him leveled up to max, you can use his crafting bench to make the quality of your armor like 28%, which gives you crazy more defenses, like energy shield. And you can also craft quality on it, like 18%. So instead of 28 plus 18, it'd be like 36 or 46 or something crazy. So you can get like really high energy shield armors using Hillock and that. Or if you have it already 6 linked, you can go to your menagerie. You use this beast that I have. Right here. Corrupt an armor or weapon to have 30% quality. Krakic Vassal. So it's not going to fuck it up. It's going to be a guaranteed corruption. But it's going to make it 30% quality. And I didn't realize this till the other day. If you already have like a 18% quality craft on it, or 16, whatever it is, it doesn't just make it 30% quality. It does it and then it adds the stat that you already have on it. So it'll be like a 48%. So that's another way you can get like crazy high. See, this is a 28% quality right here. Because I wanted to have extra. Why did I do that? I don't even need that. Like if this was like a defense thing, like an energy shield armor, you'd want to have extra quality on it. Look at all these things. I could just run these and like get stuff. What level am I? 74? Let's run this fucking goat man. Let's get a unique flask. I'll show you how this works. Craft it. Bam! You just do your spinny spins. Spin to win. Kill all these things. Now. Ooh, a Lavianga's Spirit Flask. I don't have one of those. This gives you skills have no mana cost while you use it. So we're going to take this. Put it in the collection. Boom. Now we have one of those. So that's pretty cool. You collect these animals, the bestiary, and then you run these things. And you get stuff from them. This is a level 46. This will be easy. A unique helmet. So it's going to be a low level helmet because these are low level mobs. It's probably something I already have. I died. Well, it's kind of like gambling though. It's pretty fun. Number 23 amulet. Ungil's Harmony crit amulet. 73 jewel. This guy's got 2 mods. He might be kind of hard. Oh, oh. Old Chad took him out. Spreading Rot. Oh, I needed that. My build uses Spreading Rot. This is a 8% chaos damage, so that's pretty shitty. You want to get a 13. You want to veil it, and it turned it into a completely different jewel that I don't need. But if I'd hit it right, I could have got an extra implicit on it. It could be like corrupting blood cannot be inflicted on you. So that's one of the main things people die from is corrupting blood. Like you hit things and it bleeds you to death. You just put it on one of your jewels, you don't get that anymore. It's like out of the game. Fuck you, corrupting blood. You can get cannot be hindered, cannot be maimed, silence cannot be cast on you. You can't get laid. You can't lose money in a fight. There's all kinds of cool shit you can get. Anyway, I think I've showed you enough for one. This hour and 2 minutes long. Let's end it right here.